hear of Africa, which statement comes in your mind? I know it's a negative statement that actually also occurs in your mind. You'll be like, we're about to talk about poverty, we're about to talk about disease, we're about to talk about things that is actually very, very undesirable. But can I tell you something positive about Africa? Africa has 30% of the world's natural resources, and Africa has 70% of the individuals living in it less than the age of 30 years. At the end of the day, when you come to Africa, even in all of these natural resources, in all of these gifts from God, Africa has no access to clean technology. Africa has no constant water running our society. Africa has no good roads, no electricity, no constant electricity. Okay, I wanted to say something good about Africa. I don't think so. I don't think I wanted to say something good about Africa. And this had made the youths, because these politicians practice nepotism, politicalization, favoring just their cronies, just their family members, and leaving everybody to wallow in suffering. The African youth survive in less than £1 every single day. People are suffering and nobody is doing anything about it. And this has made the youth to completely distrust the government. You don't trust the government. After NYSC, you don't say, oh, I want to go back to my state so that they will give me job. Nobody says that. I've not heard that. I've not had, oh, I'm going back to my country so that I can get job. They can give me job. They can pay me well. Nobody says that. The youth has completely distrusted the government. Nobody trusts the government. So everybody is on their own. You have this impression from the government that you're on your own, and everyone knows that they are on their own. So everybody struggles for just themselves. This is actually not good to write home about. And who exactly does this youth now go ahead to trust? They trust the European world, they trust the Americans, they trust even the Asians more than its country. Because I don't really blame these youths, because when we watch European movies, we watch our uncles and aunties that have been to Europe. When they come back, they tell us stories that the water doesn't run off, that there is constant electricity, that the roads are fine, everything is good, the government is working fine. That's exactly what we hear. And they were like, I want to be to this state, I want to be to this country, I want to go to France, I want to go to Germany, I want to go to Europe, I want to go to Britain, to the UK, I want to go to America, I want to even visit China or India, because at the end of the day, nothing is happening here in Africa. Imagine a man that is working in a bakery here in Africa. How so low that he gets at the end of the day. He cannot even pay the children's school fees. He cannot sponsor the wife in anything. He barely can even be able to eat. Imagine if this man travels to Europe and works in the same bakery and produce the same amount of bread. Imagine how much he'll be gaining. He will even be sending money down to his African country. He will actually take care of his family very, very well and live a good and promising life. So at the end of the day, these youths go outside the country to build themselves mentally, technically, and pocket wise, economical wise. Because when you compare the exchange rate of this European country compared with the exchange rate here in Africa, it's so much. It's so much. It's so much. There's no comparison. Everybody knows this. And this has caused the youth. They want to travel. Everybody wants to japa. When I've talked with a whole lot of youth, everybody's like, now my visa they wait for. I want japa for this country. Or me, I know they wait for anybody. Do you have this country there? The kind of hardship. I want japa. Everybody wants to japa, and nobody is to be blamed. Nobody will blame this youth for the decision they make. But at the end of the day, a whole lot, thousands, millions have achieved this goal. They have traveled outside the country. They have, at the end of the day, made their families so proud of them. But one thing I'm about to bring out is, have we not thought of how this is affecting us? How it's affecting our economy? How our economy is going down day by day, because the young people that are supposed to empower this economy are outside the country, and those inside the country are struggling to join the ones outside the country. Nothing is coming in Africa. Everything is going out. Everything we know is going out. And secondly, which is the point I really want us to look at truly, is that this affects our interpersonal relationship. This affects our relationship. It destroys the family structure terribly. When I was small, I have this uncle that truly loves me, truly loves me, and he traveled. As of now, I don't know him. Even if I see him now, I will not recognize him. And this uncle, my uncle of mine, traveled to America. Like it's been long during the 90s. Until today, he has not been back. He have ordered that his land, that his family land, should be sold and the money should be sent for him in America. That he will die in America and he doesn't care to come back here in Nigeria anymore. And it really hurts me that someone who gifted me so much, someone who loved me so much, cannot be able to see him again. We all have aunties like this. We all have uncles that we do not know, or probably that we saw in the last 10 years. There is no sort of relationship with this uncle. There's no sort of relationship with this auntie. No sort. We just know that there is an auntie, that he lives in America, that he lives in Germany, that he lives in Paris. But we don't have this relationship. I think this is hurting us. We have also had cases of boys, men that moved overseas, that moved to Germany, that moved to France, or whichever place they want to. And this girl that stayed with them, this girl that was there with them, the girl that sponsored them, that saved up money, that sold land, that sold her business, that struggled to send her overseas. At the end of the day, he leaves the girl. He stopped talking to her. He stopped picking up her calls, and he stopped calling because he met a white girl in whichever country that he went to. He met a white girl, and he's like, if I can be able to be friends with this white girl, I can actually be comfortable, because most of them are not comfortable when they visit, especially when they're still new. When I get this rich white girl that loves me so much, that's obsessed with me, I can actually gain a lot. I can actually be there for my family when they need me most. If I leave the Nigerian girlfriend that I have, she will just cope. She will just find another man. But my life will not be cool. At the end of the day, we lose relationships, serious relationships, because of these guys traveling. Because they are traveling, they're outside the country, they're out there to make something out of their life. I have my cousin brother that left like about 3 or 4 months ago to a European country. I will not be mentioning the name because I didn't tell him about mentioning him in my video, so I will not be talking to you guys about the state or anything about him. But he traveled. This is the best cousin that I actually have. We talk every single time, and we talk for long. But since he went to this European country, I've not been able to get him. The little communication we had is just on WhatsApp. It's how are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. Just 2 chats. Because if we have to make a call, one person will have to sacrifice their sleep. It's either him or me. Because when it's morning here in Africa, it's night there. When it's night there, it's morning here. So one person must have to sacrifice that sleep in order for us to have an effective communication. It's no more effective. There's no more closeness. It's always working. Me too. I'm always going around my business, and nobody has the time to talk afternoon time. It's always both the geographical difference. We can't be there for each other again. This is spoiling our interpersonal relationship, and nothing is being said about it. Nothing is being done about it. It's sort of a bitter sweet feeling, because are you saying that these young guys should be down here in Africa? Do you want them to suffer? Do you want them to go through the suffering they're going through? Do you want them to be unemployed? No, certainly no. Nobody wants their brother, their sister to actually suffer. But the bitter situation there is that it's spoiling us, it's dividing us, it's spoiling our family structure, it's spoiling our relationship structure. and nobody is saying nothing about this. I want these guys to be successful, but at the same time, I still want us to have the relationship that we have before, because at the end of the day, what matters is just the relationship that we have with each other. This is what we have to say. But if you have any solution to this, please say something at the comment section. We'll be waiting right there for you. Thank you very much.